See, very clearly we are transitioning into becoming a full life cycle experience company, because we believe tomorrow's competitive advantage is going to be customer experience and consumer experience, because product life cycles are shrinking. People are looking at customer lifetime value, and when you look at customer lifetime value, you have to do everything right around the moments of truth in consumption of product, moments of truth in customer service, moments of truth associated with all things that go behind enabling and extending a customer experience, which includes process, people, technology, management, and the whole 9 yards. So in the last 2 years, you would have seen us building all those pieces. We did our geographic expansion. That means anywhere, anytime, any process, any language, any geography. We call it United Nations of Aegis. Then we talked of technology and infrastructure services associated with that. So we bought Aegis Network, which gave us a complete understanding of the boiler room of experience, the technology boiler room of experience. And we talked of the management team, which is Aegis Global Academy, which is churning out experienced managers. They are not classical MBAs. They are MBAs with very futuristic perspective about customer experience. With all this, we are clearly seeing that if you go with this integrated value proposition around customer experience, there's a definite chance for winning. And we have proved it with this Saudi Telecom joint venture, which is historically one of the largest deals ever signed of this order and this magnitude of $2 billion. So this is going to be our foray, and this is going to be our strategy going forward, that we will expand this whole thesis of being a leader in customer experience and consumer experience for the world at large. This is a very interesting deal where we will take over the entire customer lifecycle management, which entails suspecting, prospecting, loyalty management, billing, CTI, computer telephony, application layer, the whole 9 yards that actually creates an end-to-end consumer delivery, which means that STC in tomorrow's context will be able to variabilize this cost, which basically means a lift in EPS, earnings per share. It also means adding other value-added services around the customer, help and partner with STC to see how we can transition from an ARPU to an APU. ARPU is average revenue per user and APU is average profit per user. How do you do affinity marketing? So therefore we suddenly become what I call is a balance sheet partner and no more just an outsourcing partner. So it's a CXO level value proposition where all stakeholders come under one table, under one roof, and try to create everything and all thing around consumer, because that's the key. I mean, unfortunately this industry has been made into commodity and think that you are doing a low-end job, but it actually is the highest-end job that you're doing, because you are behind the customer. You are managing those billion moments of truth. Everybody thought that let's see the X-ray plate of handshake. So nobody saw what are the two souls talking about: vulnerability, churn, competitive landscape, pricing. Those were the things that were not talked about. So we are going to go behind all of that and create an organization structure that becomes and brings in leadership around consumer experience. Clearly I am seeing that more and more we should start defining the industry not from supply side but from the buyer side, because we have always said IT services or ITS services, as though you can becoming a masala dosa shop or a spinach ravioli shop, but people are looking for a kitchen, am I right? When somebody is hungry, he has the choice to exercise, and we are trying to build that kitchen which is based around customer. And you can do many things, but we are saying that we will be the leaders around customer experience. So anything and everything that is touching directly or indirectly a consumer or a customer, we should be able to do everything. So therefore we are saying that having a buy side focus, which means it means consulting also. So we are creating a consulting team, we are creating a team that will go and do a discovery mission, move from a context center to a context center, am I right? So you have to understand the contextual element of commerce and what works and what does not work, and build an organization ecosystem around that. So that is the strategic shift that is required. So people are saying, will IT and BPO get blurred? It was always blurred. We never saw it. Because buyers don't buy, okay, let me give a call because I'm buying IT. Let me give a call, let's buy ITES. People are buying a solution to a problem. And once you have articulated that problem and know the whole 9 yards of how to manage and solve those problems, you become a very different player, and that's precisely what we have done. It will always remain a part of the SR family because we draw a lot of inspiration both in terms of capital, resources, and most importantly the mind share and the DNA of the SR group, because this company, if you look at SR group about 20 years ago, was a $15 million company. From there it has grown to a $20 billion company with an economic ownership of 90%. So that is something very significant, and that DNA of having a perennial charter of growth where there's no finish line is something that we draw inspiration from and I don't think neither SR Group or we would like to dissociate ourselves forever. So this is going to be an organization that is going to be a core part of the SR Group, and this is going to be the group's foray into service sector. Now, having said that, in terms of the size, we are going to cross about $1 billion this year, which brings us to the top 5 players in the world. And in terms of listing, it is an alternative to raise capital, and it is also an alternative to create monetizable currency. If we at all think of listing, it is going to be for the latter, not because of monetization, but because of creation of currency that can be utilized later for doing any mergers and acquisitions or whatever is required to be done in the future. It will absolutely continue. We call it the double cylinder engine, the organic growth and the inorganic growth. We were masters in the M&A. I mean, so far you have seen we have done 16, 17 acquisitions is a thesis of successful M&A DNA that we have been able to create. But we also proved to the world that we can also do organic deal, which is to sign a contract of this size and create a deal construct which is as big as this has also been proven. So this is something we will continue to do, and this double cylinder engine will be the key architecture of the growth of Aegis at large.